Boxing live here. DJ Boxing live here.
Buster Douglas maximum. Buster Douglas. The fat pump. The leather going.
Just walk, you're tired.
Good afternoon everyone, welcome to the Dorchester Hotel here in London, ahead of another super fight for British boxing. March the 4th at the O2 Arena, live and exclusive on Sky Sports box office. David HAYE, one of the most feared heavyweights in world boxing, takes on Tony Bellew, the #1 cruiserweight in world boxing. It's an event that has already captivated the minds and opinions of sports fans around the world and of course in Britain. Record sellouts at the O2 on pre-sale and general sale this morning. We have a huge event on our hands to kickstart 2017. Of course, we're going to hear from everybody at the table. And firstly, we're going to hear from the head of Sky Sports, Adam Smith. Obviously, we're delighted this event, live and exclusive on Sky Sports box office, a fight that every broadcaster would love to get their hands on. And I'm delighted that the power and weight of Sky Sports are behind this event. Adam Smith to say a few words.
Yeah, we're massively behind this event. It's an absolute must-see fight on March the 4th at the O2. We've been working with David HAYE and Tony Bellew through most of their careers. In my opinion, they're the two biggest personalities over here in British boxing. They're two of the biggest punchers. It's a fascinating fight. It has absolutely everything. Despite the fact they don't like each other, I like both of them a great deal. They've been two terrific analysts for us on Sky, out of the ring. And they've given us so much excitement, entertainment and drama inside it. It's a mixture of volatile characters, of nice guys one minute and guys that wear their hearts on the sleeve the next. It's full of power. It's an incredibly interesting fight because of the weight, with Tony going up to heavyweight and David maybe coming a little bit lighter than he has before. Obviously a former world cruiserweight and heavyweight champion and a cruiserweight champion to my left. I think it will be an amazing build-up. We'll be there every step of the way for it, and we cannot wait for an incredible night on March the 4th at the O2 with these two, Tony and David. Both, of course, will also be at Anthony Joshua's big defence in Manchester on December the 10th. So we're going to see a lot of them, and we're going to show a lot of them to you in the build-up to March the 4th. May the best man win. It's going to be fun.
Thank you, Adam. Before we hear from the individual teams, I'd like to pass over to Adam Morley of Team Haymaker, who is an integral part of making these egos gel into a deal, which was always difficult, but always important. And I'll pass over to Adam Morley to say a few words.
Thanks, Eddie. This is obviously going to be a massive fight. I think from David's perspective, he wants big fights now. He had his first 2 fights. Those fights finished quickly. And some people might have said, oh, you know, they weren't great opponents. David's going to show now what he's got. He's got a big fight now for the rest of 2017. David's looking at world title shots. He's the WBO mandatory for 2 or 3 months, the last 2 or 3 months. Whilst we were talking to Tony, we were also looking at the WBA situation. That's proved very difficult, and I know David wants to put a few things to bed about Lucas Brown and Shannon Briggs and what really went on there. You know, David wants world titles. He will get them this year, and he'll move on towards hopefully unifying the belts towards the end of 2017.
Thank you, Adam. An interesting part of this mix, a former member of the Team Haymaker training team, and of course now an esteemed trainer in his own right with a number of British world champions. Of course, Jamie McDonnell just successfully defended his WBA bantamweight crown. His brother Gavin about to challenge for the WBC super bantamweight crown. The heavyweight David Price, of course, and also his principal charge, Tony Bellew, a man that's going to be integral in the tactics of this fight. I'm going to pass over to head trainer Dave Caldwell.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to what's going to be an interesting build-up and an interesting night on March the 4th. I think it goes without saying that these two men both possess power, despite what some people might believe. Both of them possess power to knock each other out. Both have been down, so it shows that both are human. David A can't get beat in this fight. Every fighter can get beat when they go into that ring. Every fighter can. It doesn't matter who you are. There's shots all the time in boxing. But in this fight, you've got one fighter that's, in my opinion, was a great fighter, was a really talented, outstanding fighter. But he's not been active. He's not been active, and for me, you've got to really think about the last time he had a real fight, a real challenge in front of him, and it looked good in that real challenge. It's a long time, you know. It's through injuries, through everything else. You know, it's nothing that is planned or anything like that. It's just how life's panned out. And in that time, there's been a man who everybody wrote off before, and everybody said, "Oh, he's never going to achieve anything. He's not going to be a world champion." He fought for a European title. He's going to get beat. He won that. He fought for a world title. Before that, everybody's saying he's going to get beat. He's going to get hammered in front of all his fans. He dealt with an immense amount of pressure in fights like the Cleverly fight. There was a lot of personal issues in that one. The pressure of Goodison to become a world champion. And then, obviously, the BJ Flores fight. David himself thought that Tony had no chance in that fight. Went on record and said, yeah, there's no possible way of him winning that fight. Explained how he'd sparred countless rounds with BJ and never put a dent in him. Well, he got dented on fight night. Bellew possesses power. He's got speed, and he's got plenty of bottle and plenty of heart. And if this fight comes down to a dog fight, there's only one man that's proven himself that can have a dog fight and that will have it right now, and that's Bellew.
How important do you think your previous knowledge of working with HAYE is in this fight, and does that give you an edge in the preparation?
No, I can't believe he's a totally different man now. He's got a new training team. You know, Shane will do things differently. Shane's a good trainer. He'll probably modify, change a lot of things that he feels are different. David's older now, obviously. He's had injuries now, so we've got to adapt the training to how he is now. You know, what is he now? 36 years old. He's not the same man as he was when he was flying high. So things are going to be a little bit different now. So I expect him to be a different fighter. The two fights that we've had so far, you can't really look into that because he just looked like an older, slower version. But we're not preparing for that version. You know, I think that I don't think he's going to be as big. I don't think he's going to be as heavy. I think he'll come down to what he's comfortable at, but I think he'll come down significantly. I think he'll model himself more or less on the David A that fought McAnally. The sharp, fast, lighter, leaner looking David A, rather than the one that's, you know, he's had for his two fights. What I saw of David when I worked with Amy, because a long time, obviously you see things and you pick up things, and obviously you do that, but I'm not banking on him being the same fighter, the same man as what he was back then. You know, so there are bits, but it's an entirely different fight.
Your opposite number, Shane, been involved in some big fights recently. This time, a big heavyweight fight, and very confident about your charge going into this fight.
Yeah, I'm very confident about obviously David where he is right now. We've obviously haven't shown a lot this year. We've come back, done a lot of work behind closed doors, done some new things, implemented some new stuff. But I just don't believe this fight's going to be, you know, it's not going to be about courage or heart or determination. It's about who's got the bigger firepower, and that lies with David A.
Obviously, there's plenty of talk about WBO shots, WBA shots. How seriously do you take the threat of Tony Bellew in this fight, and how threatening could he be to derail those plans?
you know, he's brave and he wins, and he's a good fighter, but you know, he's not an elite fighter. And I think David Hayes is an elite fighter. He's been inactive, yes, but that quality is with him, and you know, once we get rid of Tony Bellew, we can move on, start taking out more of your charges.
Right, you got to get past this one first. But Tony, not an elite fighter, and you got your big fight that you wanted, but we know this fight is about the winning and what lays ahead for Tony Bellew.
Yeah, I'm crap. A little fatty. I'm crap, little fatty as well. So, we'll see on the night, won't we? We'll see who's the elite athlete, who's great at doing what he does. Just while we're talking about, you know, the previous and the past, let's just stop calling them last two fights of his fights. They weren't fights, they were exhibitions. That's exactly what they were. There was something that I can't even put into words what they were. I told you already, I've described them to opponents. One was called a cold, he should have been called a maggot. And one was called Imori, the first ever YouTube trained boxer. Come on. Let's all get serious here. These were on. Well, to be fair, it's only right that it was on a comedy channel, because, you know, it was a comedy that was taking place in that ring. He wouldn't have employed them guys to spar with, and that's a fact. Because if he employed them to spar, he'd have got rid of them even quicker than he got rid of them on the night. So, you know, let's just stop talking about his last two a fight. The last time he was in a fight was 5 years ago. Simple as that. I've done what I've done. While he's gone missing, while he's been partying away in nightclubs for how long, I've been fighting. I've stayed in the gym. I've done what I want to do. I've wanted to be a boxer. The difference between me and him is I want to fight. I enjoy fighting. He hates it. He doesn't like fighting, but he has to fight. He has to fight. Remember that. And someone who's forced to, he does not want to be here, doesn't want to do this, doesn't want to entertain me either, but he has to. And he knows why he has to, and that's all that's important. You get in the ring on March the 4th, write me off, say what you want about me, but I won't stop. I'll keep coming. I don't fear nothing, but he's got this thing that I'm scared of him. All them demands, all them stipulations you put in, I want the ring this size, I want the mat in that size. Listen mate, I'm not going to run from you. So Shane, I know that's what you believe I'm going to run. I've got all the respect in the world for Shane. Done an amazing job. I've known Shane a long time. Shane will tell you himself. Brilliant trainer, great fella. Shane and David, it's about me and David. We're the ones who fight. All these stipulations, I think they've asked me to carry into that seat, into the press conference, to be honest, because there's that many demands and stipulations. The ring size, walk into the press conference. You need to be seated when I walk into a press conference. Do you want me to do your hair as well? The demands are just unbelievable. Do you know what my demand was? Let me pick my own gloves and get in the ring. Can I wear the shorts I pick as well? I'm surprised they never told me what boots and shorts I can wear. It's unbelievable. The biggest diva boxing has ever seen. I swear to God, I couldn't believe the demands. Let's just get in the ring on fight night and see. Like I say, write me off at your pebble. I'm the little fat cruiserweight who no one thinks can do anything. Well, I've proven everyone wrong so far. First off, I was British class. I won that. Then I was European class. I won that. I'm never going to be a world champion. I'm never going to do this, never going to do that. I've done that. Let's just see how far I can go. One thing's for certain is, if this fight comes down to courage and heart at any point, like Shane says he believes it's firepower, if the firepower goes out of him and the steam goes out of him after 4 or 5 rounds, he is in a world of shit. That is the best way of saying it. It's sink or swim, and believe you me, I love it when it gets there. I love a fight, a hard, horrible fight, I love it. He hasn't been in one. In all truth, he hasn't been in a hard dog fight in Paris against Jean-Marc Mornac. That's the only dog fight he's ever survived in his whole life. And if I can get him to that point there again, he will 100%. I've said enough. I'm going to leave you to talk about it because you just fucking nonsense.
David, over to you.
I'll take it from here. Alright, thanks for that. Here we are. It's an interesting one. I've been, I said, out of the game, out of these big fights. I've had big fights. The last couple, the opponents weren't known. They were still big fights. They were sell out crowd. Good numbers on TV, record-breaking numbers on TV. But this is the first, big fight that the fans are getting excited about. And in the time that I've been out, I've been I watch social media and watched YouTube, see what's happening on the scene. And all I've noticed is Eddie Hearn, it's the Eddie Hearn show, and this fight gives me the opportunity to shut his big mouth. All he does is jump in front of the camera. He should be hosting this, Adam should be hosting this, but he wanted to get out there. And the reason why Tony believes this, I've got loads of diva-ish demands. We've got a list of things that I want, okay, bring the gloves, change rooms, well, bring long list. And when it came to negotiations, the only thing Eddie's put his foot down on and really wanted was that it was Eddie Hearn and Haymaker Promotions presents.
It was actually the split.
No, well, it wasn't the split. The split was
Listen,
super
I'm pleased to give you the
No. The only thing you put your foot down on was putting your name first. Because now, once again, you're sticking your face out. It's all about the Eddie Hearn show. I can't remember your dad, Barry, sticking his face in all of the situations. I tried to watch a Katie Taylor interview the other day. Really interested to see how she was her first fight. Really looking forward to it. She starts talking, he barged right away. Here we go, apples and pears, you know. It's not the Eddie Hearn show. You should be promoting your fighters. A boxing promoter promotes the fighters, don't promote themselves. Why are you introducing everybody? You know, technically, I'm more of a promoter than you are.
You're a joke promoter.
No, but listen, we'll see.
That's what you want some rap.
Once again, look at you. Who's talking now? Who's talking now? Who's talking? No, I'm talking to the press. I'm talking to the press. And you're making it the Eddie Hearn show.
You're the one person who loves to stand her own voice more than me.
You're making the Eddie Hearn show. It's about HAYE versus BELLEW. That's it. Right? I'm talking about this is what makes it that much more sweet. To see a look on your face, the same look that you had after Audley Harrison, your man Audley Harrison's going to be the heavyweight champion of the world, he's going to beat David HAYE, blah, blah, blah. And what happens? You get smashed to pieces.
You got a payday.
I got a payday. And what's the, I want the payday. You're putting the cruiserweight. I let you talk. I let you talk. I let you talk. No. I let you talk. It's about me. You said it's about me. No. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you. It's a pipe down. Pipe down. Pipe down. Or what? You see on fight night. Everyone knows what's going to happen. That's what you believe about. This fight is all about how long it's going to take me to put you on conscious. That's it. It's about me and you. This is why you get all defensive about your promoter.
No, it's not about that.
He's already hijacked the press conference.
Listen, you turned up and said it's about.
Listen, if there was a Nassim, think about it, then shut up. If there was a Nassim Hamid or Chris Eubank coming through now, it wouldn't happen because Eddie would jump right in front of them and make the show about them. Can you imagine where's the Nassim Hamid and Chris Eubanks of today? He doesn't allow it to flourish because he gets in front of the camera. He makes it about him. It's the Eddie. When's the next Eddie Hearn show? No, it used to be. When's the next Nassim Hamid show? When's the next Chris Eubank show?
How much does it kill you that I'm promoting this show?
It doesn't hurt me at all. I love it because you're seeing what happens in promotion. You're seeing tickets sold out. You see the pay numbers. This is what happens. I would probably be working with Matchroom if your old man was running the show. Because your old man was a great promoter.
You know what? You are working with Matchroom because you've got no choice because you need the dough.
Fight the cruiserweight. Okay, we'll see. Trust me.
You need the dough.
I'm working with you today to put the look on your face.
Don't worry about me.
For the look on your face, for the look on all of your team's face, when I destroy your boy, and then I'll be coming back. Then after I've taken out this guy, I'm going to come back and take out Joshua and end your business. That's what I'm doing.
I'll give you another payday.
Shut down Joshua fight for you. Matchroom's going to be over.
There's going to be no Joshua fight for you.
Listen, you're getting
there's
smashed.
no Joshua fight for you.
Listen, you're getting absolutely destroyed. Everyone knows it. Deep in your heart, you know it.
Deep in my heart, deep in my heart, I understand you're fragile.
Haymaker boxing, you bring out my t-shirts. That was his job.
Deep in your heart, I know you're fragile.
Point. You're running around.
Everyone who fights back. Do you really believe that last two can't you fought with really? I smashed the pyramid. I'm going to smash you. Listen me, I'm not going to run. I'm going to get in your fucking face and I'm going to.
Then we got a 1 round knockout job. Then
do you want to bet? Do you want to bet on that? Okay, then let's just bet now. My whole pace on this money now, it does not. I do not go in one. My whole pace. I do not go down in one.
Listen, the only thing that can get back.
I ain't going in one at all. You are the stop killing yourself. Okay, you know if you're this big killer, right? You know if you're this big killer, why did you fight them 2 clowns? Why did you
Because
fight
nobody
them?
else wanted to fight
You
him.
did that.
That's what. For the money, we offered all the
Shannon Briggs
all the-
calling you, begging you for more money than them two. Why didn't you fight him?
Who?
Shannon.
Because he didn't want to fight if he was on paper.
No, he did want to fight you. He's been
I had a contract with Shannon Briggs to fight, and he pulled out of that
You could have
situation.
fought him instead of fighting the man.
No, you've got to agree. The guy's got to come over and get in the ring. He didn't want to get in the ring.
could have fought him.
You don't know what you're talking
He's
about.
trying to sue you
For what? I've shown you the contract. I've got a contract. I wouldn't sign a
He's trying
contract.
to sue you for not
fulfill it.
You don't want to.
You don't want to.
You
You
don't
don't
let me
try and get your
No,
information off that.
I don't.
You and your whole team are getting destroyed.
Trust me,
Knocked
I
down.
know a lot more about you
Next
than the
season,
internet
turn the
shows.
hospital
I
bed
know a lot
on
more about
March
you.
the
I know a
4th.
lot more about you than the
Are you going to
internet
be there?
shows.
Are you going to be there, Dave?
Don't worry.
Both of you two are putting this guy in such a dangerous situation.
Don't worry about
You're
you,
putting this
Dave.
guy's
I
life
know
on
a
the
lot
line.
more about you and your life than the internet can ever explain. Oh, I do, trust me. I know a lot more about you and your life.
Is irrelevant because fight night.
I know your life is
irrelevant.
irrelevant. I know your life is irrelevant.
I just go clubbing every single night from now to the fight.
Well, do it.
Smashed out
Do
my
it.
line every night, and I'll still knock you out.
You've been doing it for 8 years.
I can just turn up. I can just turn up.
You've been doing it for 8 years.
I'll turn up, drunk at the head,
You
and
put
you'll
me
go
on
into
your
my left hand,
hand,
and you'll get knocked out.
But you're fighting me.
Listen,
You're
I'm
fighting me
just
instead of
saying,
fighting the heavyweight champion. Well, you know why you're doing it? For the money. Because I'm the money fight.
You're the money fight.
I'm the money fight.
Money fight.
I'm a money
How
fight.
many tickets you sold your last fight? Your last world title fight?
Me and you
sold nothing.
are going to sell more than you can fight anybody
in the
else.
ring and sell more tickets than you could.
Because you sell the OT, you were giving them away outside.
Listen,
You were giving them away outside.
Yeah.
You were giving your ticket to outside. That's a fact.
Yeah, you was out there trying to
That's a fact.
wrestle your way in.
That's a fact.
course I
Did
would.
you sold out the O2 on them last two fights?
Yes.
Yeah, you liar. You are telling lies. You were giving tickets away outside. You liar. Damn right,
Oh, that's
liar.
right.
You out and out liar. You were giving tickets away. You couldn't sell them, son. You need a dance partner. You're struggling, and you don't want a real fight.
Dude, there was a lot of options on the table for me.
And you chose
And
me.
this is a fight.
And
no,
you
no,
chose
no,
me.
say,
And
no,
you
the
chose
Shannon Briggs
me.
fight couldn't happen.
And you
The Shannon
chose
Briggs fight,
me.
the Shannon Briggs fight.
And you chose
You're the option.
End of
We're
situation.
going down there
No.
to shut you up,
You
shut Eddie up,
chose me.
shut Dave up. That's
You
it.
chose me.
You're a load of birds.
You
one stone.
chose
Easy,
me.
nice
Because
work.
I make sense.
Easy, nice work.
Oh, I am. You think that. You think that. You
No,
really
it's
think
easy,
that.
it's
I'm
easy,
sure.
nice work.
Okay, listen.
I'm coming at it. The same way I said before the Audley Harrison fight, the same way I said before the Chisora fight, I end the fight when I want to end the fight.
Well, we'll see.
And I know I'll end the fight when I want to. If I want to punish you for 3 or 4 rounds, I'll do that.
Yeah.
When I take you out in 30 seconds, I'll do that. It's completely and utterly up to me. You're just in there. You've got no say. You're just a chump in the ring. A little fat, podgy,
We shall
skinny,
see. We shall.
like pumped up like heavyweight.
We
You're
shall
useless.
see.
Yeah, we will see.
We
We
shall
will see.
see. You are an absolute joke.
I'm
And the
joking.
guys you
Yeah,
picked
yeah,
to fight
yeah.
are jokes. I'm being
Listen, you won your world title, you won a vacant world title in your hometown.
Yeah.
When I won my world title, it was on foreign territory, got paid peanuts, and it was against a guy who never lost against this guy in 10 years. And what? That's how you win a world title. You don't get given it on your home turf. I took the hard way.
You
Same
said
thing, I
John
was a
Morgan
man-
was unbeaten in 10 years.
He's beaten every guy he never faced in the last 10 years.
Stop. You just said
He beat every fighter he fought in the last 10 years.
No, stop. No, he had. He lost in that.
He lost only and won the rematch.
So
He won the rematch. He beat every man he faced in the last 10 years.
down. Shush. He lost in that 10 years.
And he won the rematch.
Stop
What's
it.
your point?
So he still lost.
He
You
beat
just said he was unbeaten in 10 years.
every
He won- He's not unbeaten in
This
10 years.
is the confidence you're going to get. This is the technicalities you're going to get your confidence. Oh, Mohamed lost and he won. Oh, so he wasn't
I'm just
unbeaten.
pointing out the facts that I know that.
Well, the fact is you're getting KO. That's the fact. That's a fact you really need to get your head around.
The fact is,
The
when I
fact
hit
you're
you,
getting
you're
knocked
going to
out.
feel it.
Oh, you could even, I can try this. I'm not going to put my hands up this one. I'm going to stand in front of you with my hands down. Even if you do hit me, nothing's going to happen.
I'm sure it's
You
not.
powder puff, you punch, you chump.
The longer
You've got
not
nothing.
made you dance like you were on Strictly Come Dancing,
That's
boy.
like 15.
It just so what? You just always your chin got better.
15. Yes, it has.
No, it hasn't. No,
Yes, it
chins
has.
get better.
It's not better.
Chins
I'll
don't
wait for-
improve. Chins don't improve.
Keep taking yourself there.
That is-
Keep
that
taking
is
yourself
your-
there. Yeah, I'm really
Chins
chinny.
don't
Yeah,
improve.
Vladimir hit me on the chin, yeah. I didn't even put me over.
You should
Vladimir
have like a
hit
task
me.
for every single round fight.
When he hit me on the chin, real flush, real 10-ounce gloves and nothing happened. Why do you think you could do it and they couldn't? All those guys are good anyway.
Because you're going to come at me, you're going to try and knock me out. You was not interested in engaging Vladimir whatsoever.
So that's why when they hit me on the chin with clutch
You're
flush
going
shots,
to
I didn't get
engage me.
knocked
You're
down.
going to engage me.
Listen, you're outdone in every
So you
department.
lost to Vladimir.
Outdone
You lost
in every
to
single
Vladimir
department.
because of a broken little toe, right?
I'll outdone you in every department.
Did you lose to Vladimir because of a broken toe? Is that correct? You lost to Vladimir because of a broken toe. Is that correct?
No.
That's what you said.
I said stop.
No,
Push
stop,
off.
that's what you
That's
said.
what I said. I didn't say that's the fucking
You
reason.
got. I've never seen a man take a shoe off so quick. since Senderall got the shoe put on.
I'll fight barefoot. I didn't use stuff on my toes. I'll fight
You couldn't
barefoot.
get the boots off quick enough after the fight. You blamed the
Keep
broken
looking
toe.
into the past.
You blame
March the 4th.
You blame a broken toe for the reason you lost against Klitschko. But then on the other hand, you beat the biggest heavyweight champion ever with a broken hand.
And what? But
so you beat the biggest heavyweight champion ever with a broken hand. But when you lost the biggest fight of your life, it was because
the fact is you're getting knocked out. So whatever happened in my last fight, you're getting knocked out. You're getting knocked out. Destroy it.
Excuses.
We'll see on the night.
Wait, what are you going to do if I'm knocking out? Are you going to lose the game? Are you going to run out? No, just tell me what's going to happen. If I'm flat
if I lose to you,
yes,
I'll need to get struck by lightning on the way.
Please,
I won't even fathom that.
Please, what are you going to knock you out?
I won't
Stop you.
fathom that stupid idea.
When you do a silly dance, when I hit you clean on the head,
you don't have the technical ability, you don't have the pedigree, you haven't got anything. You fought a bunch of chumps, and that's it. That takes away. Who weren't no good.
You said your mate was going to beat me, your nightclub buddy. You said he was going to beat me.
But he didn't. And that was it. He's not me. He's not me.
He got smashed. You said he was going to beat me.
I thought he was going to beat me, yeah.
You really thought that clown was going to beat me?
Did you overperform or did he underperform?
The same man who'd never been buzzed off you in hundreds of rounds of sparring.
Yeah.
Never even buzzed.
Yeah.
But got bounced
But they were 18-ounce gloves I was wearing and had a head guard on.
Got bounced off the floor.
You had 10-ounce gloves on.
Bounced off the floor. He got absolutely dealt with.
So that means you're going to beat me, yeah?
No, it doesn't.
Exactly.
Once again, I'm just pointing out how much you really do know about this game. You are not the best boxer by a stretch of a mile. One thing you are is an amazing athlete.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're an amazing athlete, and you've lived on that.
Always wanted to know how good my athleticism was.
You're an amazing athlete, quick, powerful. When it comes to technical boxing, you are shite.
Bombs versus the bell end. You'll be known for the bell end for the rest of your life. Now, how much money you get in this fight? Everyone will come up to you and say, "Oh, it's the bell end. It's nice to meet you." Who's that guy that got smashed to bits by the haymaker?
We both come from absolutely nothing. How the hell have you blown the money you've blown? Because you've earned an absolute fortune. Do you know when I look at you, right? Do you know when I look at you? I can't even say it's because of the clothes or the way you're dressed or you're a man.
It's because I'm a better boxer than you. Because I'm a better boxer than you.
Absolute bum. That's what you look at. I look at this and you've got a hairband on. For God's sake, man, you've got a hairband on.
It's coming off a fight, mate. Don't worry about that. And I have pretty little braids with little elastics in the end of it as well. Pretty little braids, with little girly braids on the fight night. I'll be standing over your limp body in the middle of the ring. And I'll let you untangle. I'll go actually change. I'll go to the hospital and let you untangle my hair, let you play in my hair.
To make my life and my children's life work, because ultimately that's all I do this for. I only need 5.
Remember, you need some sort of standard living off
I
this
only
fight.
need 5%.
All that money you can earn for that, just remember, you're not really going to be able to enjoy it. All those lovely meals you may be able to get after it, you're not going to have the teeth to chew with.
All this money David's in, I only need 5% of that money to make me and my child's future work.
Well, I'm happy to help you and your family because you weren't coming from anywhere else other than fighting me.
He's blown the lot, and this is the only reason he's fighting me. Because he thinks he's going to walk me around and I'm the biggest payday possible for the easy knockle, and that's why he's doing it. He could have fought for the heavyweight championship of the world, but he chose the money. He chose the money because he's skint.
I offered Lucas Brown $2 million to fight me.
So you were going to pay that, Dave?
I was going to pay that. I was going to pay that. I was going to pay $2 million to fight me. Yes, I was. I was going to pay him $2 million. Him, ask his promoter, ask his manager, ask me, $2 million to pay. I was going to pay him to fight me. Yeah, he said, no, he turned that down.
Your mates were going to pay that, not you.
I'm telling you a fact. Lucas Brown was going to get $2 million. I was going to pay Lucas Brown $2 million. You've had your waffle, you had your little waffle time, let me tell you. 10 years. Anyway, talking about I could have had a world title, but no I couldn't because Lucas Brown turned down $2 million. He said, but anybody else, Joshua, Klitschko, but he wouldn't fight me. Is that because I've got to wear hairbands on Sergeant? Well, no, it's because he knew I'm the hardest puncher in the division. He would get knocked out pretty quick.
To be honest, I agree.
I'm just saying, listen, those world title fights, you know, they will happen and they will happen when I want them to happen. And at the moment, I want to shut your mouth because the fans coming up to me in the street, knocked this guy out, knocked out. I tried to do Shannon Briggs, he didn't want to do it, so that's it. As you know, I've got a contract to say exactly what's he's sitting up there in Liverpool.
The only analysis I agree with you on is yes.
You don't know what you're
dangerous
talking about.
heavyweight in the world.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
This game inside out. There's nothing in
Clearly you don't. Otherwise you'll be getting in the ring.
I have forgotten all you know about this game. I have forgotten all. I've been studying this game.
When you had your first fight, I was already world champion. I was world champion. And you were still a freaking Scott knows amateur. You didn't have a clue what to do. Fight lower than 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. That's how much more you know to me about boxing.
I know a lot more about it. And you know the way
I enjoy it. I look through his opponents, I look at my opponents, and you'll see what's
I enjoy playing in the game. I'm not the guy who's stuck in a jungle saying in 5 years' time I don't want to be known as a boxer. I want to be known as an established Hollywood actor.
And I will be. Listen, if I got offered the part of a guy complete and utter moronic scumbag in a movie, I wouldn't play it. But I just said, be yourself.
Why did you turn
up? You said, be yourself.
Why did you turn up to the premiere of the
I was invited there. I was invited.
You're a gay. You
I was invited. Just like I was invited to go and see Usain Bolt's thing yesterday. I was invited to go and see your thing because I know when I go there, they're going to get pressed. That's what happens.
Anywhere they can. You would turn up to the opening of an envelope if they were you would turn up to the opening of an envelope. You know why? Because you love the cameras, you love fame, you're a nightclub whore, you love nightclubs. That's all you're about. I know how you live your life. I know exactly what you do.
Good. You know you're getting drilled and knocked the hell out. That's why.
Fantastic.
Great, it is fantastic. Because you're going to get a nice paycheck put on the end of your hospital bed. And you're
Trust me when I say, mate, I'm doing okay. That movie paid well. The movie paid well.
I'm sure it did.
The world title fights paid well.
Playing a complete moron. Just like you are. Go be yourself. I don't know any lines. Just go and just say some crazy crap.
I'm sure, yeah. We're one of the most established actors in Hollywood. With top line producers.
Yeah, listen. This ain't a movie. This ain't a movie set. There's no director, no cast, no stuntman. I wish I had your part. Are you joking? Are you joking?
You said I wish I was you. Why do I wish I was you, David? Why do I wish I was you?
You'll see that on March the 4th because I'll be the winner with my hand up. You'll be the one getting stretched out of there. That's why. That's the wish I was you.
I wish I was David now.
I wish I was David.
That's why. I wish I was David. March the 4th. We'd ask you when you're stretched out, who would you rather be right now? Tony Bellew unconscious or David Hay walking out there?
Tony Bellew's premiere. David saying to Tony Bellew's premiere. And I wish I was you. You're saying to the premiere of the I'm in.
March 4th, you really wish I could punch his bastard. I wish I really was as elusive as David. But you're not. You're straight up and down.
You're not elusive. You're elusive to these slow heavyweights. You're not elusive to cruiserweights. Are you so in all honesty, right, are you trying to tell me guys who pushed you like Giacobi Fragamini, who pushed you to the limit, are you trying to tell you them guys are better than me?
2005, man.
I'm just asking. So Giacobi Fragamini is better than me, David?
Yes.
No, he's not.
How do you know that?
No, he's not.
He was European.
No,
he was European heavyweight amateur champion, and he became a WBC champion just like you after I knocked him out. And what's how you better than him? He beat. Why am I getting these trivial arguments? Anyway, I think you got the point. This guy's yappy. You want to see him get knocked out? I'm going to do it. Thank you very much, everybody.
Okay, head to head, and then everyone's available for one-on-one. Thank you very much, March the 4th.
Head to head. Let's see what's going on there, people.
Guys, bring the tables down, please.
Yeah, man. Nice to see you.
Can everybody step back, please, because we've got to get the tables down. Guys, come back, we've got to get the tables.
Nice to see you come, Marcus. You just come just now? Yeah, man. Well, no, it's not. You should come in. I come early, but I missed my training. That's alright. Need some security in there, innit?
Hey, David, leave the boxer alone! Hey, there's no need for that! You fucking little... Absolutely no need for that whatsoever, David!
Swing the punches now, we swing the punches, no problem. No problem, you put your face on my face. You want to swing punches, no problem, David, no problem.
Getting knocked out.
You want to swing punches, no problem. You want to swing punches. David, you want to swing punches. You want to swing punches. Cool, listen, we all live in the street, brother. Talk. Oh, listen, I'm talking now. We'll see. We will see now. You want to swing punches? You got to be face, I push you off me. You want to swing punches? You punch like a bitch. You want to swing punches? We have no problem.
We're going on.
David's gone, man.
I know, Tony. Get paid for it. Get paid for it. Promise you. No, listen, now we're in the street now. Fuck all this media and press. Now we're in the street, kid. Now we see. You want to throw punches in the street, Sam? I'm good with that.
That's it, man. Well, whoa, boy. That was entertaining, isn't it? Alright, Dave. Cool.
Fucked everyone shit up there, didn't I?
Ready? Owen Basson from behind the gloves. David, every time your name was mentioned with a comeback, there was always Anthony Joshua was the name. Why Tony Bellew?
Because Tony Bellew was actually willing to get in the ring with me. You know, you can scream and shout for all these other fighters. You know, there's a lot of fighters out there currently saying they want to fight me, but when it actually comes time to doing what the contract says and actually getting in the ring, they're not that brave. So, you know, for all of Tony Bellew's faults, he's actually here today. He's actually accepted the deal that's on the table, and he's going to get in the ring and fight. So I don't give the guy that much credit, but I've got to give him credit for putting himself actually on the line and doing something that he said he was going to do. As there's too many guys out there screaming and shouting, but when it really comes down to the crunch, they can't back it up.
Then Tony mentioned you come back for the money. What's your response back to that?
But is he fighting for free? Is he taking the fight for the money, or is he taking it for the glory? You know, I've been the heavyweight champion of the world in the past, and I want to be the heavyweight champion again. And I'm not getting a world title shot in the next few months, so why not get in there with Tony Bellew, a fight that the fans genuinely want to see, and you know, have a nice marking time fight. You know, it's broke records already. You know, the O2 Arena, it's the highest grossing fight the O2 Arena has ever staged. And you know, Anthony Joshua's had his last 3 fights there for world title fights. This is a non-title fight. This is what happens when I come to the table. And Eddie Hearn's realising that now. You know, so it's a co-promotion as well. Although he'd like it to be all about the Eddie Hearn show, it's all about me. I'm promoting it. It's a co-promotion, which he's getting a smaller share of. So I'm happy with how things are. You know, I'm happy to be working with Sky Sports again. I've got a very good relationship with them. You know, Barney Francis, Adam Smith, everybody at Sky. We've had many world title fights in the past, and hopefully we'll have some in the future. This is a non-title fight, but it's a mega fight, it's a super fight. And you know, the fact that tickets got sold out in a matter of seconds shows the want to see me in the ring.
David, both fighters have lost 2. Both fighters are former world champions, world champions. Is that where the comparisons end?
Yeah, if you look at our records, we're both 28 victories, 2 losses. So I definitely feel we don't have too many similarities. He's a cruiserweight who won a vacant title in his home turf on his own promotion, on his own promoter's event. You know, I won my title by fighting on a Don King promotion. He went to purse bids. I won $150,000 for that. I was fighting a guy who had beaten every fighter he'd faced in the last 10 years, and I did it the hard way, you know, and that's where the parallels start to differ. Although we're both technically on paper, we both had the WBC title. He beat a guy who never, fought for a world title before, so how can you become the champion fighting a guy who's never won a world title? But technically he's still a WBC champion. So credit for him to do that. He got in the ring, got knocked down, showed heart, showed balls to come back and win that fight in a fight that many people said he didn't have a chance to win. So I have to give that guy credit. Same thing when I won the WBC title. I got knocked down, I got back up and came to win. But the guy I fought was the current champion. He had the IBF, WBC, WBA titles and the Ring Magazine title. So he had all the titles at one stage. So that's who I went after. So that's where we go. That's where we're different. I went over to Germany once again to fight on the Southern promotion and fought the Beast from the East, and I won the titles there. So I've done things the hard way. I've done things the proper way. And once again, here we are in a big fight. So I don't think there's too many similarities. The fact that we both had WBC Cruiserweight title is the only comparison. He's got a very outspoken, grating, annoying personality.
I was going to say, you had a lot to say prior to the fight. It seemed like you came ready for the press conference today.
Yeah, he always screams and shouts, but if you actually listen to what he's talking about, he doesn't really talk much sense. He's very confident in his ability. He believes if he hits me on the chin with 10-ounce gloves on, I'm going to go to sleep. I don't believe that is the case.
They say a good man always beats a good little man. Well, here you've got an exceptional big man fighting a good little man. So I think his chances are slim to none in making this fight that slugfest that he claims it's going to be. You know, he screams and shouts about how poor my last opponents were. You know, if that's where he needs to get his confidence from, then good luck to him. You know, he just needs to know the shot that I hit Mark Demori with after 3.5 years out of the ring. You know, Mark Demori, he didn't look good that night, but he'd been Tyson Fury's sparring partner, who Tyson Fury said himself is a very tough guy. He's a tough man, a tough Aussie man, whatever. He sparred Lucas Brown, many rounds with Lucas Brown. I hit him with one right hand, he was asleep, and I was able to hit him with 3 additional shots after he was unconscious. Can you imagine me doing that same thing to Tony Bellew? What would happen to him? And this big 18-stone lump was stretched out of the ring, oxygen, straight to hospital, memory wiped. This is not just about wiping the memory here. You know, these people involved in his team need to really be concerned about his health, because they're putting him in a serious situation with a guy who holds no prisoners. When I hit you with one shot, I don't miss with a bunch of shots. I'm landing clean, concise, crushing blows on his poor little cruiserweight head, and it doesn't bode well for him.
Dave said he didn't carry any T-shirts in.
Pardon?
Dave Caldwell said he didn't carry any T-shirts in.
Yeah, listen, talking T-shirts, Dave Caldwell is the only person I know. I gave him a small T-shirt, because that's his size, and he actually had it tapered in. He actually took it to the tailors to taper in the waist to make his shoulders appear a little bit wider. You know, that's all you need to know about Dave Caldwell. And no, sorry, he rang out my sweaty T-shirts and my boxer shorts, so, yeah.
Dave, I was at your gym a couple of weeks ago, and we discussed about how Tony kicked off after the BJ Flores fight, and how you stayed cool, calm, and collective then, and you said you had learned lessons from the Chisora, etc. You came face to face today, and it seemed that was the opposite reaction.
No, he laid hands on me. That's what it was. No, I was not going to do anything. I was there to do the face-to-face. He then gets into my space, which I really don't like. I don't like being in that position, because it's like, if it kicks off, it kicks off. And in hindsight, maybe we should have had a few more security between us. But I thought, you know, after all that's been said, you know, I know the British Boxing Board of Control won't be happy with that. They actually said, you know, keep it clean, guys. Don't, you know, kick off. But it wasn't that bad, to be honest. You know, he pushed me, and I gave him a little clip around the ear. I think that's all it was. You know, there was no blood drawn, there was no tripods getting wielded. So, but I got a little flavour for it. You know, I got to look at him. I've never been that close to him before, to be honest. So I got to have a look into his eyes, and to be honest, I didn't see any fear. I thought I'd see a little bit of fear in there, but credit to him, I think he believes he's going to win this fight. You know, which can only make it more entertaining for the fans.
Sure. And also, David, when Tony Bellew, prior to you speaking about Tony Bellew, it looks like you had a bit of an agenda against Eddie Hearn. What's going on there? Is that personal?
Not personal. I'm just sick of him constantly screaming and shouting. You know, he's supposed to be promoting his fighters. It's not the Eddie Hearn show. It's the HAYE Bellew show. Why was he narrating that? We're both co-promoters in this event. You know, I'm actually getting more of a share of this fight. This is more my promotion than his promotion. You know, I sat with Sky Sport, I spoke with Spidey from Sky. We worked out the deal. So why he feels it's like me going there, taking the mic and start interviewing everybody. I wouldn't do that. This is Adam Smith's job. This is what Adam Smith was there for. He's there from Sky. They're screening this fight. He should be the one asking the questions. He's a professional at doing it. Why Eddie feels he needs to take the mic and start asking questions, he just wants airtime. That's all he wants, airtime. If you look at Katie Taylor's interview after her first pro fight, I was really interested in listening to what she had to say. She got cut short by Eddie. Why? He's there to fan the flame of his fighters, not there to barge them out the way and just, it's the Eddie Hearn show, yeah, look at me, yeah. Yeah, I've got a new Bentley, yeah. Who cares, you know? Can you imagine Barry Hearn, his father, who's one of the best British boxing promoters of all time, doing that? No, he got Nassim Hamid, he had Chris Eubank, massive personalities. He just put them up front and let them say what they needed to say. And that sold the fight. It wasn't down to him. So hopefully after this fight, you'll realise, take a backward seat, let Bellew say his piece, let me say my piece. You're there to promote the fight, you know, book the venues, do all the little bits and pieces, tickets and all this. Shut up. That's all you've got to do. And let the fight. Me and Bellew can speak enough for ourselves. We don't need him piping up the whole time. So hopefully after this fight, you'll You'll realise, you might watch it back and think, oh, sometimes the truth hurts. I could see it in his face. He was thinking, maybe he's right. And everyone there was laughing because they all knew it was the truth. Look how many interviews he does just in his car driving. Hey, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Why is he doing that? Wait until you have something to say, to announce, and then announce it. Plain and simple.
David, is your initial goal after to get through Tony Bellew to go to Anthony Joshua? Is that what?
I'm in boxing for the biggest possible fights, and that for me is the biggest possible fight. You know, Anthony Joshua, great character, you know, very good fighter, but I don't believe he has, you know, the skill set to deal with what I bring to the table. He's fighting Molina. He's fighting Molina for a reason. There's many people he could have fought, but he's fighting someone who's been knocked out by Chris Arreola in 1 round, by Deontay Wilder, who broke his hand in that fight. So I think the time now is for him to step his game up, and I'm really happy if that fight with Klitschko gets made, because I believe it's a fight he'll win, and it will mean that he has another title to his existing IBF, which would, if and when I do fight him, it'll make the fight that much bigger. But you know, in an ideal world, if you ask any fight fan in the heavyweight division who do you want to see fight, they'll say myself and Anthony Joshua. So hopefully Sky, who've invested a hell of a lot of money into Anthony Joshua, I think they paid Charles Martin like £5 million or something to get that title. It's crazy money, but they bankrolled it because they knew there was money to be earned from it. Like now, they're earning money from this Molina fight.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll say, all right, Eddie, time to let your boy off the leash now. We're going to have to put you against someone who punches back a bit. You know, how about David Haye? You know, he smashed the box office, he smashes the ticket sales, makes everybody a lot of money. He'll get 2 or 3 times what he's getting currently for fighting me. Yeah. You know, and I'm past it, over the hill, dodgy arm. You know, I've been fighting bums or whatever. Let's see what he does. Fingers crossed. You know, sense prevails and the biggest possible fights get made. But this is boxing and it's a business. So it depends what you want. Do you want the biggest possible fights, or do you want to sort of milk the crowd? You know, I'm hoping Anthony Joshua's a warrior. I've seen him in there when it's not going his way, and he's ticked all the boxes so far. So far, ticked the boxes when Dylan White put it on him. Well, Dylan White's the only guy who's actually thrown punches back at him with some intent, and he passed the test. He passed a little gut check there, so it's good to see that. But there's Dylan White throwing punches, and there's me throwing punches. 2 completely different sports. And I think Anthony Joshua will be up for the challenge, personally. I think he wants to test himself. And if his promoter is willing to do it, then we got ourselves a hell of a fight.
Thanks very much.
What's the issue with the WBO?
Nothing. You got Ruiz fighting Parker, so we'll have to see after that fight. I think they're fighting December the 10th. Yeah, so after that fight, then I think we've got to negotiate something. But I'm not worrying about that fight until after this Bellew fight.
What do you make of Parker then, his upcoming prospect? He's fighting for a world title now. What do you make of him as a fighter?
Yeah, he's good. You know, him and Andy Ruiz, you know, both very good prospects, both undefeated, you know, unbeaten. They haven't fought the best opponents out there yet, but no worse than any other prospect. Really.
Boxing Live here with Dave Caldwell, trainer of champions, many champions in his stable. I can mention them all. Your guy Tony Bellew. Oh, hey, listen, war of words, David Haye. What's your take on the press conference?
Interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. You know what I'm saying? What would you take of, obviously, you know, David Haye, some of the stuff he was saying about Eddie and the things he said about Tony? Was you expecting the sort of things he was going to be saying?
I wasn't expecting the Eddie Hearn.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
Jesus.
He went at Eddie like Eddie done something to him, innit?
Yeah.
It was surprising, innit?
Yeah, that shocked me. That did.
Do you reckon it was a tactic? I kind of think as a tactic, you know, they're good friends and stuff like that. You attack their best mate, and it make Tony.
Yeah, good friends.
Oh.
Oh, right. You mean Tony? Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I just thought he was rattled. I thought it was like, woo. And for 1 minute, I thought, is this Haye versus Bellew or Haye versus Hearn? You know, it was like that. But
so what strategy? Obviously, David's elusive kind of fighter. That's a fighter, obviously. Remember, obviously 5 years ago. Yeah. Good Tony Point bringing out the first time he fought competition was Glad, I think. What kind of, obviously not going to give away your game, but what kind of strategy are you going to have for Tony to fight the kind of elusive style of David Haye?
Well, if he's elusive, then we've got to hunt him down. But is he going to be elusive? Is he going to talks about what he was going to do to Vladimir? He was going to go and jump on him, this, and then he didn't box him. He stayed on the outside. So you don't know what you're going to do with David. So you can't prepare for one thing.
Yeah.
You know? You know,
listen, what we do know is that occasionally we're looking to take him clean out. That's what he does, and that's what he's desperate to do in this one. You know, vice versa.
Yeah. All right, then. Well, Dave, obviously been a long day. Appreciate it. What do you want to say to obviously Tony supporters and on fight night?
Just thanks for the support and
don't say I don't say. Yeah, cooking.
What was the camera? What are you talking about? You see what I mean? The boys are joking.
EJ Boxing Live here with Johnny the Entertainer Nelson.
That was funny, man.
Talking about entertainment, that was entertainment.
It's like Eddie Hearn and Adam Smith were sat in the middle like two kids watching the parents argue.
Talking about Eddie Hearn, yeah, the attacks on Eddie Hearn levied from David Haye, so also very surprising. I thought it was cerebral that, because obviously Tony and Eddie are good friends, that he would attack Eddie Hearn first, and it seemed like Tony was insignificant. Because I know you're a master of mind games. Do you think that's the tactic? Because he realised how close their relationship made it seem like Tony's insignificant.
Well, I think, yeah, that's the one. I also think that it was stuff that's happened behind the scenes that's bubbled over into the public atmosphere.
Yeah.
So David's vented his frustration, his vexed, and the problem is Tony's gone under his skin. When have we ever seen David Haye in that situation where he's been ranting like that?
Yeah, never.
So that means Tony has got David to dance his dance.
Okay.
We've seen Tony do it enough times. He finds calm out of chaos, he gets people wrong, he gets in the face, and then he does his thing.
Yeah.
Whereas David, he's the one who stays cool. Alright, I know Chisora went for David, but David reacted to what Chisora did.
Yeah.
Anyone would do that.
Yeah.
But how David acted today, even his own people are looking thinking, wow, he's bit here. What's going on here?
Yeah.
If I played it, if I was playing both fighters' hands, if I was David, I'd play cool. Make Tony right in the rave, say what he's saying, and play cool, don't buy it.
Yeah.
He couldn't hold it down. For Tony, he'll do exactly what he did today.
Yeah.
So getting vexed.
Yeah.
Getting vexed, becking by. Once you've done that, that's when Tony, you're dancing my dance.
Yeah. That's a good point you just bring up there. And it looked like he'd obviously bit into it, but like you said, he was holding their backs and stuff. I've never heard anyone that's attacked the way he attacked Eddie Hearn. And obviously, you work together, you work colleagues all the time, and he's around. But it seemed like he had some venom, real.
Yeah, he's got an axe to grind, and he's got no allegiance to Eddie. So he's saying, I can say what I want.
Yeah.
And usually, if you, I can remember one time I was going to a fight, and I didn't forget about the fight because that fight was mad as that.
Yeah.
If I attack his corner and get verbal at his corner,
yeah.
This is corner. Then the fighter's going to try and protect his corner.
That's right.
The corner man's going to be vexed. He's not going to be thinking straight. We'll do this, we'll do that. He's not going to be thinking business. So yeah, he attacked Eddie.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, he attacked Eddie to say, yo, listen, this is a situation. You're going to have to do business with me.
Yeah.
You know, he's got a chance to verbally air it here. So.
Yeah.
Stuff happened behind the scenes that we don't know about. It's bubbled over.
Yeah, I was just listening to your Sky interview. You said David Haye, this is like his last saloon. He's got more to lose than Tony. Obviously, Tony can go back to cruiserweight. He's still a cruiserweight champion. But David Haye.
David go? If David loses to Tony Harry, where does he go?
Are they fighting a heavyweight as well?
They fight. Listen, and you're saying it's heavyweight. These guys will come in whatever weight they want. You've got two cruiserweights that can fight heavyweight.
Yeah.
They're going to be. I don't think the weight is an issue. I honestly don't. I think David coming around 15.5 stone. Tony coming about just under 14 stone, 15 stone. The weight isn't the issue. You know, it isn't, because cruiserweights can fight heavyweights, a handful of heavyweights. You've got the speed, you've got your movements. You put a bit of weight on to get the bang in, and that's what David's done. You know, so I actually believe that the weight is not the issue.
Yeah.
It's going to be about skill. It's going to be about punch back. It's going to be about who lands first. If David Haye is the old David Haye that boxed 5 years ago, David Haye wins, but he's not. And Tony says if David lands, I'm gone. If I land, David's gone.
Yeah.
And on the performances of this comeback to David Haye, you wouldn't look at it and think, wow, you know, Tony hasn't got a chance. Because you think he has got a chance.
Yeah.
You look at the old David Haye, you think, whoa, Tony, what are you doing, man? So Tony knows that. That's why it's right time, right place, and it's right situation.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, Johnny, man, thanks for your breakdown. EJ Boxing Live here with Johnny Entertainer Nelson. You anything you want to say to your fans, Johnny?
You know what? Keep an eye on this, because this ride's going to be wild. 2016, they're talking about this fight now. This fight is not until March 2017. You see the shit I kicked off today?
Yeah.
No,
Did you find David Hay disrespectful to you during
he's a plank, isn't he? I mean, he's just a complete plonker of a man. He likes to be in control. When he's not in control, he throws his toys out of the pram. And that's what he did. You know, he hates the fact that he couldn't get on Sky Box Office without me. He hates the fact that he couldn't do a deal with Tony Bellew without me, and he tried to do both of them. So he had to come through me, and that he don't like that. And you know, the reason my name's up there is because I'm a licensed promoter, and Haymaker Promotions is not a licensed promoter. So you know, thankfully everything will be done properly, and we haven't got one of those Mickey Mouse shows that he normally does.
Yeah. He said after he's destroyed Bellew, he's going to go for Joshua.
Yeah.
Will that fight ever happen?
It's a big fight, but he's got to worry about Tony Bellew.
Yeah.
And if he thinks he's just going to breeze past him, he's got another thing coming. So, you know, I think Tony Bellew against Anthony Joshua is just a big fight, as big a fight.
Yeah.
You know, if he can defeat David Hay. So that's what we want. You know, we'd rather keep it in the family.
Thanks, Eddie.
DJ Boxing Live here. DJ Boxing Live here.
Versus Douglas Maximum, versus Jones, the fat one, the leather going.